Hello and welcome to Money in the Movies Second Reel. I'm Peter Bielagus. On this show, we go a bit more in depth about a subject discussed in a Money in the Movies episode. Today, I'm going to talk about my review of Batman Begins and the topic of initial public offerings, or IPOs. In our review of Batman Begins, we mentioned that Mr. Earl, the CEO of Wayne Enterprises, was taking the company public through a process called an initial public offering, or IPO. We talked a little bit about how an IPO is the first time stock in a private company becomes available to the public. When you own stock, you own a share of a company. Stockholders, or shareholders, are owners in a company. Every company has at least one stockholder. I mean, if you own your own goat herding business, and it's just you and your goat that you named Ralph, well, you are the sole stockholder. So if your goat herding business has stockholders and Coca-Cola has stockholders, well, what, aside from size, is the difference between your company and Coca-Cola? The difference is that your company is private and Coca-Cola is public. Companies make the leap from private to public for only one reason: they need money. Imagine you owned a small company that specialized in drive-through psychotherapy called Driving Me Crazy. Your business is chugging along, but you could really make some serious money if you opened 20 drive-through psychotherapy centers all over the country. The trouble is, each drive-through center costs $1 million to build, and you want to build 20 of them. Where the heck are you going to get $20 million? Well, you could do one of two things. Number one, you could borrow the money from a bank. Good luck. Banks won't lend money to companies that have not established themselves. The old adage is true. A bank is a place that will loan you money as soon as you can prove you don't need it. Your other option would be to appeal to investors by offering them a piece of your company. If you were to sell 1 million shares of your company for $20 each, well, then you would have your $20 million. Investors would buy those shares at $20 a whack in hopes that once you build all 20 drive-thrus, your business would grow in value, and those shares that they bought would be worth a lot more. Chances are, though, you don't know enough people to sell the shares to. I mean, come on, do you really know 1 million people who would give you 20 bucks? Or do you know 20 people who would give you $1 million? Most people don't have these kinds of connections, so you would go to someone who does, namely an investment bank. Investment banks help companies raise money. Investment banks are companies like Merrill Lynch and Goldman Sachs. They keep a database of millions of investors who are always looking to buy into growing companies. The investment bank would sell the shares for you in what is known as an initial public offering, or IPO. After the IPO, investors would own part of your company. The investment bank has made their fee by selling the shares for you, and you now have your $20 million to build your 20 drive-through psychotherapy centers. So where does the stock market fit in? Well, once the IPO is done, your company would be listed on a stock exchange. When this happens, the company becomes public, which means anyone, you, me, your mom, anyone can buy stock. The most famous stock exchange in the world is the New York Stock Exchange, which is obviously located in New York City. Now, there are other stock exchanges like the American Stock Exchange, which is also located in New York City. There is even a stock exchange called the NASDAQ, which has no physical location. It actually lives in cyberspace. And of course, there are foreign stock exchanges in Japan, London, Australia, and all over. All these exchanges combined are typically referred to as the stock market. The stock market simply provides an easy arena for investors to buy or sell shares of publicly traded companies. So that is how a company goes from private to public, which is the exact journey that Wayne Enterprises took in the film Batman Begins. Now, granted, Bruce Wayne bought back most of the shares, and that was a little dodgy, but the company made the journey nonetheless. I'm Peter Bielagus, and thanks for watching Money in the Movies Second Reel.